Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sleepy, and welcome back to Danganronpa, Trigger Happy Havoc. So, I was sick. This means my voice is more fucked than usual, which means the voices will be bad, again, worse than usual. And I don't know how long this episode will go. So, I actually thought of not recording Danganronpa at all this week, as to recover my voice and stuff. So, but here we are, let's investigate, and let's go from here to on. There's some kind of plastic container rolling around near the entrance to the room.
So...
It looks like a protein drink. It's empty. Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much you love her protein. Actually, yes, we did. And she mentioned more than once how protein was good for all sorts of ailments.
Wrong.
I wouldn't take that to heart. I know. But still, this protein can. It's got a label on it that says Chem A2. That reminds me, Sakura mentioned how the chem lab had all kinds of health stuff. So she must have gotten this from the chem lab.
Just a second.
But that's strange. Huh? What is?
Hey.
You see, what's scattered around the can? Shards of light blue glass. There must be parts of the window I broke to get inside.
Correct.
But aren't they just scattered around the can? They're also underneath it. Ooh. Why did... Oh, Makoto, come on.
So...
Get your shit together. I can't say for sure yet, but you're probably going to want to take note of it. I feel like it become an important clue later on. An important clue? I'm not sure I see how. Makoto. Because the culprit who poisoned Sakura with the protein, which is probably just poison, came in here and dropped it. I don't remember who came in last, because I think the person who came in last should be the culprit then, right? So, there's a napkin. It looks like some kind of wrapper, or a wrapper.
Huh?
That's... Do you recognize it, Hina?
Well,
yeah, I mean, I gave it to her. That's the candy wrapper. Sakura got super upset when she found out Genocide Jack had attacked me, right? So, after we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might help her calm down a little. So you gave that candy to Sakura. I found a big box of it in the warehouse. I really like it. Actually, as soon as we could get into the warehouse, I took the entire box to my room. I made sure nobody else could get their hands on them. Oh my god, you really like candy, do you? Really like them that much?
I mean...
I wanted Sakura to get a chance to try one for herself. That's why I gave it to her. But now... they've lost all their flavor. Yeah. Polka dot candy wrapper, okay. That's some weird shit, but first, shards. There are shards of glass scattered all around the chair Sakura was sitting on. The glass is all red, and these are the top and bottom sections of a bottle, right? So this must have been originally a bottle. Correct! Huh? There's something else on the ground near the glass. It's a figure. It fits the palm of my hand. It's a Monokuma figure. Monokuma figure! Well, that's because they played... No, they didn't play chess. There are more of those, right? There are 4 red bottles lined up on the shelf. 2 are missing. And inside each bottle there is some kind of Monokuma figure. A pawn, a tower, thing, I don't know how they're called. A queen? Or is that a king? What I'm wondering is, how'd they get those figures inside the bottles?
So...
It's no different from your standard ship in a bottle. Huh? You know, when a bottle's opened is smaller than both placed inside. You've never seen that? Oh yeah, maybe I have.
In other words...
So this is the Monokuma version of that. Monokuma bottle. Oh, that's actually truth bullets. Okay. I feel like I'm finally starting to make sense of things, little by little. The Monokuma bottle sitting on the shelf. The Monokuma figure we found on the ground. The red shards of glass which probably started out as a bottle. Which would mean Sakura must have been hit in the head with the Monokuma bottle, right? The shards of glass at the Monokuma figure are evidence of that. So I think it's safe to say that the Monokuma bottle was the weapon. There's blood though. That's not where I clicked. But fine. The chair was shoved up against the doorknob, so we couldn't get the door open. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the chair. In other words, there's no reason to think the chair had anything special done on it. Yeah, but I clicked onto this. Thank you. There's a bloodstain in front of the magazine shelf. It must have come from Sakura, right? But that doesn't make sense. Why is it so far away from where she died? Maybe it's not her blood. Okay, well, I forgot how to scan things. Sorry. Oh, the clock. It's around 1 o'clock right now. According to the Monokuma files, Sakura died around 12 noon, so roughly an hour ago. Was that when Kyoko and I were moving Alter Ego? Okay, we had those. Anything? Oh yeah, that same shelf full of magazines. They're all different kinds of magazines. Oh, well, fine, I guess. Yeah, there's something in here. So someone was. Huh? The locker's open. There's one there on the inside. It's a handprint.
Why?
What's a handprint over here? Looks like someone touched the inside of the locker and it left a handprint in all the dust.
It's true.
And it looks quite fresh too. I'd say someone was hiding here in the locker. And they left behind a little something extra. So then, maybe the killer hid in here. Until the locked room was open, don't you think? And during all the confusion they popped out and joined the rest of the group.
Wrong.
Unfortunately, that's not a possibility. Why not?
Hey.
Think back. Before we opened the door, we looked inside the room right as the locker was open. Oh yeah, and the locker was already open at that point.
Indeed.
There's no way someone could have hidden here until after we opened the locker. Yeah, so then... What does this handprint mean? Locker handprint. Maybe Sakura was hit over... does she fit in the locker? I mean, if she was hit over the head with the bottle, was unconscious over there, right? The culprit put her inside the locker, closed the door, went outside, then later on came inside, maybe it was Hina, for a protein shake, let's say, right, where the poison was. Well, Sakura just pushed the door open. There's no way she couldn't escape that locker. Like, no fucking way. And then Hina gave her the drink. Maybe Hina did it? Okay, let's look at Hina first. Ladies first.
What the heck?
We already know who did it.
I won't
Byakuya,
forgive you.
Chogo, or Hero. It had to be one of them. We couldn't stand the sight of her. You agree with me, don't you, Mikoto?
Well, I don't want to say anything for sure without finding out more.
Then let me help you find out more. You see, Sakura asked all three of them to meet with her. You know where? Right here in the rec room.
What?
After I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? But eventually she went off on her own. But when I saw her again after that, she told me she said that she'd left a note for each of them. She asked me to meet her in the rec room by noon.
By noon? The Monokuma fan said she died right around then.
I'm telling you the truth. I heard it right from Sakura herself. And I tried to stop her, but she wouldn't listen. She said not to worry, that she just wanted to talk to them. And this is what happened. If I'd stopped her... Oh no, a crying sound. By force, this never would have happened.
How would you stop her by force? I mean, I know what you mean, but I mean, like, generally. She could just pick you up by your legs and use you as a club, you know? Hina. It's impossible not to have regrets, I know. Hina's Aoi's account. But the fact that she had asked those three to meet with her, and she asked them to come to the rec room at noon, the same time and place she ended up dying. It might be good to confirm what I just heard with the three of them directly. Exactly. Kyoko.
However...
But for Sakura to have been killed... Yeah, she's not the type who would go down without a fight.
It's true.
She certainly didn't, I would say. She was the ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind, and spirit. So, how was the killer able to get the upper hand on her? wonder, did someone get the upper hand? They must have taken her by surprise, right?
Certainly.
Certainly. They would have needed to fight. They expected to stand any chance against her. I don't know if a simple whack over the head would knock her unconscious, though. I feel like this is just, they argued, something happened, I don't know, Hero cut himself or something like that. Or Jack / Jill, or Byakuya doesn't look injured. And then Hina just came in, gave her the protein drink, and she died, period. Kinda like, I don't know what's with the chair, but... What do you want? You're bothering me. See this? I'd like to talk to you. Something I'd like to talk to you about. Make it quick. Is it true that Sakura asked you to meet her at the rec room? So you found out. Interesting. That's true. I did receive a note to that effect, yes. But what fool would do that it said, or would do what it said, and risk being killed by that monster? So you didn't go see her? Of course not. I ripped the note to shreds and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura today at all. Byakuya says he didn't go to see her. Is that the truth? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it.
Come on!
If you're all finished, please remove yourself from my sight. Okay, thanks. Byakuya's account. So now I need to leave the room, right? Oh yeah, Sakura's body, sorry. How could I forget? Sakura drew her last breath sitting slumped forward on this chair. There's obvious evidence of the blow to the head Sakura suffered. Normally, I wouldn't have any problem believing that that's what killed her, but according to the Monokuma file, she had also vomited blood. And I can see traces of blood on her lips for sure. So, what would have caused her to vomit blood? The Monokuma file specifically said she hadn't suffered any other injuries. Well, the poison, that's... Yeah, that must have been what happened, right? There was an altercation, someone got injured. Maybe someone got stuffed in the locker, I don't know. Maybe her getting hit on the head somehow caused her to start vomiting blood? Not a chance. Byakuya.
That's fine.
However, your eyes have landed on the most interesting location. Interesting?
Naturally.
Yes, most interesting. Don't you agree? No, I don't think I'd call that interesting. But it does make me wonder. The reason Sakura vomited blood absolutely has to be connected to why she died. What rest of the crime scene? I have the clock, I have the accounts, I have the shards, I have the chair. You can examine the door if you want. This door is the only way in or out of the rec room. The door doesn't have a lock, and there's no evidence that the mountings have been tampered with. The only notable change to the door is the smash point, which happened of course when I broke it to get inside. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the door. In other words, I don't see anything suspicious about the door itself. Having examined both the door and the chair, there's no doubt the reason the door didn't open was simply because the chair was shoved up against it. This kept the doorknob from turning and the door from opening. And there was no evidence of the door or chair being tampered with or anything like that. So the killer must have created the lock door from inside, not from the outside. Well, we knew that already. That's a little bit redundant, I feel. Well, Makoto, have you finished with your general investigation? Yeah, I think so, for the most part.
So then...
Then you should probably go talk with people now. I'm on guard duty, so I can't leave.
Listen to me.
Which is why I've decided you will go in my place. She decided? She's gotten a lot more pushy since we had our issue. Not everything is alright with the lovey-doveys, but she's right. I do have to go talk to the others. Sakura wanted to meet with 2 other people. I need to hear what they have to say. Yes, thank you very much. So, now I want to go... Those other 2 people probably went back to their rooms. I don't want to... Fucking hell, can I... That's what I mean, I can't... What I would have done, I would have gone to the chem lab to confirm that this wasn't a protein shake, but poison. But I can't do that because I need to talk to fucking Jill and Mondo. This is Jill, right? Toko, yeah. I pressed the doorbell. and after a few seconds... Sit, Jill. Ah, Toko, thank goodness.
Who's there?
Okay. The most negative aura I've ever felt. An aura of total decay.
Huh? What do you...
So you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach. I was in such a good mood, too.
Yeah. Yeah, about that. She didn't look like she was in a good mood.
Hey, I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
Obviously annoyed, Toko slithered out into the hall.
What do you want?
What do you want? You said you wanted to talk to me about something. Exactly. I wanted to talk to you about the fact that Sakura has asked to meet with you.
Well...
I don't know what you're talking about. Yakuya already told me she had asked to meet with him. You wanted to meet Master too? I just said two, didn't I? Yes, now it's totally obvious, huh? Yeah, pretty much. So, you can tell me about it. I did get a note, but I didn't go see her. I was scared, so I couldn't bring myself to go. Toko claims she didn't go to see her, but can I really believe her? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as a fact. Is that good enough? Then I go back to my room. With that, Toko quickly retreated to her room. Toko's account. Now, Hero, where was he? Oh, his room was next to Sakura. Yeah, next to Sakura's? No, next to Leon's, okay. Yes, a Hero. I pressed the doorbell. Ding dong. And after a few seconds...
You know?
What's up, Makoto? Did you need something? Yeah, actually, I just wanted to check something. It's about how Sakura wanted to meet with you.
What?
How do you know about that?
Could it be?
Did you maybe gaze into my soul? Have your special abilities awakened? Yes. Yes, Hiro Hagakure. They have. I know everything about you. But I'm not the only one she wanted to meet with. Ogre told me herself that she asked Byakuya and Toko to come too. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, you got a note. How do you know that she wanted to meet the other two? What? When did Sakura tell you that? Well, when she asked me to meet with her, of course. But why do you... Makoto. I'll tell you something, okay? As a not professional detective, I tell you something. In fact, as not a detective at all, as a not detective if you want so, you never tell your suspects your info like that, okay? But didn't she write you a note? Yeah, a note.
How about that?
She gave it to me in person. She happened to mention the others like passing. But why the note then? I gotta be honest, this is super suspicious. So then you went and met with Sakura.
You got it all wrong.
No way, I totally didn't. Why would I ever do that? Yeah, definitely suspicious. That's a little bit too easy. I mean, he isn't the brightest bulb. If that makes sense, right? He isn't, I don't know how I can say that properly. He isn't the smartest person of the bunch, right?
Actually,
the last time I saw Ogre was when Hina got hurt and I took her to the nurse's office.
don't look at me.
I haven't seen her since then. While I'm here, couldn't you show me the note she gave you? Do I still have it? Let's see. Hiro was feeling around in his pockets.
Hey, come
sorry,
on.
it looks like I don't have it anymore. With a big goofy smile on his face, he pulled his hands back out of his pockets. But when he did, I saw something flutter to the ground. Something had fallen out of Hiro's pocket. Huh? Quick as the wind, Hiro snatched it back up again and shoved it back into his pocket.
Hey, come on.
Sorry, just a bit of trash I forgot to throw out. Trash?
What?
Anyway, I can't deny that Ogre asked to meet with me, but I never went. So, well, if you'll excuse me. Before waiting for a reply, Hiro quickly slipped back into his room. Hiro said it was just trash, but that's the wrapper. There's no way that's all there was to it. Yeah, that's the wrapper. Okay. So I've heard from Toko, Hiro. What next? I definitely have to look at the actual crime scene again, but on top of that, maybe I could find something out more about the protein can we found on the floor on the rec room. I'm sure it must have been the chem lab. Yeah, yada yada yada. What's on the way? Let's say that. The rec room is on the 2nd floor, right? And the other one on the 3rd or something like that. The chem lab, I mean. So, let's continue. Yeah, there's no way he kinda... That would be way too easy. Again, that would be way too... Wait, that's not the rec room, that's the swimming thing. 3rd floor it is. So, wait, that's the recreation room, right? So I'm just gonna do this first. Why am I so small? It looks like a runt.
Hey.
So, Makoto, how's your investigation going? I told Kyoko what Toko and Hira told me.
I see.
I see. So along with Byakuya, they're both claiming they didn't go see her. But is it all too convenient? Someone must be lying. Someone is lying.
Anyway.
Well, I've made some progress of my own. Sakura's body, the shelf of magazines, and the Monokuma bottles, which you already investigated, by the way, and so you wasted totally your time, or mine, depending. These 3 things have revealed few clues. You do well to look at them over one more time. Oh, fuck's sake. Just tell me. According to Kyoko, there's still something to be discovered from Sakura's body.
Just a second.
Just staring off into space isn't going to help you figure out anything. Well, yeah, I know. Thank you very much, but...
Hey.
Don't you think you might need to actually examine the body? Oh, I don't want to, really.
Whew.
There's no getting around it. Unlike me, Kyoko didn't recoil at the thought of touching a dead body. She was completely unemotional. It's the kind of thing I've grown perversely used to. Although, there are still sometimes, I can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, I can't get used to it.
It's true.
That's totally normal. Then, how can you?
So...
I imagine it's because I had plenty of opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past. What? Sorry, never mind.
Hey.
More importantly, look here. Shoes? Is that...
Correct.
Yellow powder. You see that yellow powder? Shoe. Yeah, it really stands out.
I see.
That powder is clue number 1. Yellow powder.
Hey.
Next, the wound on her head. Look carefully.
It's true.
Actually, even telling you that is incredibly difficult to spot. So let me just explain.
It would seem...
It would appear that she didn't suffer a single blow, but instead she received 2 blows to the head. 2 blows.
Indeed.
Interesting, wouldn't you say? And there's one more interesting thing.
Correct.
Both of her hands were spotless. There absolutely no trace of blood on either one.
It's true.
So that's what I learned from examining her body in detail. Wait a minute. I can't believe she was able to learn all that by just looking at her body. I don't think anyone but Kyoko could have pulled that off. Wait, that means one of them poisoned her, and the other 2 thought she was sleeping and smacked her over with a bottle, right? Oh my god. Okay. Let's look at the shelf first. There's a bloodstain from the magazine shelf. So it is the magazine shelf I have to look at. Kyoko said the magazine shelf was hiding a clue of some kind. Huh. Clue. Huh? But magazine is upside down. Did someone put it back that way in accident?
Hey.
If someone catches your eye, it's important for you to explore that in detail, don't you think? Yeah, you're right. I picked up the inverted magazine and flipped through it. This is... one of these pages near the center of the magazine. A word had been written in bold, bloody letters. And it said... Toko. Could this be... dying message?
Correct.
Then it would appear you found it. Kyoko, is this?
So...
It is indeed a dying message. Someone used their finger to write it. A dying message.
However...
But just to be clear, I'm not the one who put it back upside down. It was already like that when I found it a little while ago. I made sure to put it back exactly as I found it, for the benefit of others who might come looking.
Is that... That says Toko, right?
Oh, now I know what happened. She met with one of them, right? Byakuya, I don't think Byakuya went. This means Toko and the other guy went. The hero. But at that point... But it may be Byakuya schemes. I think what happened is... Yasuhiro went first. Right? Smacked her over the head with a bottle. And then heard Toko coming. He hid in the locker, because I had experience with that, right? That would make sense. Then Toko found her, hit her with another bottle, or something else, doesn't matter, and effed off. But at that point, Sakura was probably already poisoned by Hina. Or by Byakuya, who just exchanged the labels. Might be it.
Then she's the killer, right?
Well, it hasn't been confirmed yet.
I won't forgive you.
It's settled. She's the killer for sure.
That's...
That's conclusive evidence, right? We can use it to corner the killer.
I can see why you would think that, but it just seems too easy. If anything, it makes me much more suspicious. Yeah, exactly. Because... No, Kyoko didn't hit her, because she can't see blood. That means she would have seen her and just ran away. Which Yasuhiro used, right? What was it? The bottles? The bottles itself. Yeah, 2 are missing. Oh, boo. I think Kyoko said she found a new clue involving the Monokuma bottles. Something new. Something new.
Hey,
So, did you figure it out?
There's a hidden correlation between all the bottles. Pay careful attention and you're sure to find it. Well, yeah, they're all chess pieces. That means a king is missing, probably, and a horse? I don't know how it's called in English, sorry. Hey, Kyoko, can't you just tell me what it is?
so...
I don't mind guiding you toward clues, but giving you my conclusion isn't a good idea. Each person needs to come to their own conclusions so that everyone can have confidence in the outcome. And it's not just because you don't trust me, right? No answer! I do trust you, to a degree. Otherwise, I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with. Only to a degree? Monokuma bottle, okay.
Hey,
Actually, there's one other thing about the Monokuma bottles that's bothering me. I'd like you to do an experiment to confirm it. You don't mind helping me, right? An experiment?
anyway...
Can you gather up all the pieces of the broken Monokuma bottle? Try to get the smaller pieces too. Huh? Are you sure it's okay to mess with the crime scene like that?
That doesn't matter.
I've already done a thorough investigation, so it's fine. And that obnoxious Byakuya is not here, so...
So then...
Anyway, I need to get something from the chem lab. While I'm gone, try to gather up all the glass. With that, Kyoko left the room. I really don't know what this all was about, but what choice do I have? I'd better just do it. I took the broom and dustpan and got to work, collecting all the broken bottle pieces. And just as I finished up... Sorry to keep you waiting.
So then...
Is everything ready? Then let's get to work. So, what kind of experiment are we doing?
In other words...
I got a scale from the chem lab. We're going to use it to compare weights. Compare weights of what? The pieces of glass you collected and one of the Monokuma bottles that's still intact. Why do you want to do that? That's the point of the experiment. It'll make sense when we're done. Oh, wait! The blood isn't coming from her... from her head wound. So Toko must have been first, given her the fucking shake, right? She vomited blood while she was... You know what? Fuck it. I don't know. I'm gonna do as always and just meander my way through. I'm sticking to my idea before that.
Listen.
First, let's compare the weight of 2 of the normal Monokuma bottles.
As you thought, it's
In
balanced,
other words,
Which means each Monokuma bottle weighs about the same.
which makes sense.
The Monokuma figures inside are basically the same and nothing else could really affect the weight.
so then,
Now, here comes the important part. Put all the pieces you picked up on one side of the scale. Now, what might you expect to see?
Well, that it's lighter, because the figure isn't inside, right? Well, a normal assumption would be either they'll balance out, or that pieces I collected will be lighter. I did my best to get them all, but there's a chance I missed some here and there.
so then,
Okay, then let's give it a try.
It's a wooden figure.
Huh? The broken pieces are heavier.
How is that possible? It's not the Monokuma bottle.
I knew it.
Just as I thought.
In other
The
words,
results of our experiment and the correlation between each of the bottles. Put it all
Hey.
together. And I believe you will arrive at one very persuasive conclusion. So, what do you think? It's all you.
Monokuma bottle experiment. Yeah, that's not... There. I finished examining all the things Kyoko mentioned, and I did find some new clues. But when it comes to the locked room puzzle, I'm still totally
Hey.
clueless.
Oh, I just remembered. There was something I wanted to tell you. I saw Byakuya in the chem lab when I went to get the scale.
whew,
I didn't want to deal with him, so I took great pains to sneak in and out without him noticing me. And
so,
if you haven't checked out the chem lab, you should probably do that, since I couldn't do it myself.
You know, the protein can we found at the murder scene must have come from the chem lab. I think you're right. I should probably take a look around the area.
indeed.
Indeed.
Yeah, around this way. Man, this building is not has none good fire escapes, right? I mean, imagine you have to run all of that while the fucking thing is on fire. Chem lab's over there again. Let's go! What? Makoto, did you have your eye on the chem lab too? Just make sure you don't get in my way. Yeah, got it. I think what you meant to say is yes, sir. I understand. Fuck off, Byakuya. That's what I'm gonna say. Fuck off, will you? Like, completely. There's yellow shit on the ground. This is my first time seeing the shelf, but I just can't get over how big it is. I should probably take a closer look at it. It looks like the 3 shelves have been connected together to make one giant shelf. But more important right now, what's that powder that has been spilled in front of the shelf? I have to be careful not to step in it. Yeah, so let's start from the bottom to top. There's a broken bottle in front of the shelf. Is this where all the powder came from? It looks like the bottle had a label on it, Chem C4. Would you like to hear something interesting? I was on the 4th floor this morning checking things out, and at that point, this room wasn't like this. Then this powder must have been spilled.
So, in other words,
That's right. It could only have been spilled around the time of the incident. If that really is when it happened, it must be related to the case somehow. Okay, so, next. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the ground floor. I'd better not leave a footprint. These are footprints? They're only in front of the shelf, the left shelf. How do these footprints relate to the scene as a whole? We may need to sketch out the floor plan. By we, you mean me? How kind of you to offer. With an insufferable smirk, he handed me a piece of paper and a pen.
what?
Well, let's go. Chop chop. Okay. So I got to work, and before long I draw up a sketch of the room. Very good. So, how's this? Not bad. For you, I mean. For me.
I see.
So, when you look at it like this, interesting. It would appear that whoever left these footprints only had business at the leftmost shelf. And you really needed a drawing for this. They came in, went straight to that shelf, and did whatever they had to do and then left. That's what the footprints tell me.
I see.
These footprints must be.
It's certainly
Are they
possible.
yours? No.
What?
Okay, then let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself. I couldn't think of a reason not to. I quietly did what Byakuya said. I see. Your feet appear to be too big. Unfortunately, I must admit these are not your footprints. Unfortunately? But with how clear these prints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to. Then these prints are really a valuable clue. I should probably take a good hard look at the powder. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the ground floor in front of the shelf. There also remains a broken bottle. It looks like the bottle was labeled Chem C4. Also, it looks like someone left footprints in the powder. Based on these positioning of the prints, yeah, we know that already. Why are you going over this all again? Yeah, fine. Thank you very much. That's what I wanted. So, okay, I can examine each. Let's start with the right one. This shelf is one look in it, I can tell nothing but dangerous chemicals. These look like poisons and powerful chemicals. All these containers on the shelf are labeled with the letters C and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving as section C. So on this shelf it looks like a bunch of chemicals and I have no idea what they are. They are reagents. Put simply, they used in experiments to bring about a chemical reaction, but I can't expect your dumbass to know that. How have you lived in such ignorance for so long? It must truly be bliss. Isn't that kind of hard?
What?
It always feels like Byakuya says something. Oh, wait a second. Hey, sorry. That actually scared me a little bit. Jump scared me. Oh god damn it, another call. So, I don't know what's happening. Someone tries to call me. Fine. What do you think? Studying science and mathematics has no practical application in real world?
That's fine.
The words of a lifelong loser, which I suppose suits you well. I didn't even say that. Anyway, that doesn't matter right now. I need to focus on the shelf. All the containers on this shelf are labeled with the letter B and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section B. Oh, I don't see anything out of the ordinary here. In which case, I don't think I have to worry much about this shelf. God damn it, another call! So, sorry. Yeah. Very needed phone call, of course. Didn't waste my time totally right now. So, continue. Let's see what's on this shelf. There are all kinds of dietary supplements and different medicines. The protein drink we found in the rec room probably came from this shelf. Oh, I see a poison! All the containers on this shelf are labeled with the letter A and the number. Section A. Huh? But wait! There's one bottle that's labeled Chem C9. Could someone have put it there on accident? I should try to find out more about this shelving unit. It looks like it's split into 3 sections. Section A has dietary supplements, Section B has reagents, and Section C has lethal chemicals. Sakura must have gotten the protein powder from Section A. But what concerns me is that in Section A there was a bottle with label from Section C. What was a bottle of poison from Section C doing in Section A? There's definitely something going on here. Yeah, thank you. Oh, Tar, nice. Sorry if I didn't cut that out. It's just a minute or so. The wasting of your time, so.
Whoops! You caught me sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring I couldn't stay awake.
Oh, thank you, Monokuma.
Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I? Okay, then let's begin the class trial. You know where to meet, right?
You know where to meet, right?
Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school.
Thank you very much.
See you soon.
See you soon. Yeah, you see, I really can't do his voice right now. Sadly, it's one of my favorites. It is time already, but we're right in the middle of figuring out this locked room mystery. I'll have to try to tie up all loose ends at the class trial. No, I absolutely will figure everything out. So, I hope you enjoyed it. I will end the episode here. Next episode, the class trial, or maybe the next 2, depending on how long it goes. So, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. As always, my name is Sleepy, and have a good night.